Hello! Woo!
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. This is a slightly later than advertised. Fret Talk podcast, Pedalboards of Doom Live. It is episode number 151. You are here with your host, this guy, Mr. Budget Pedal Check. Say hi, mate.
Hello.
You are here with, to the top left, it is Lee, I believe.
I'm
there?
on the top right. Am I?
Which was the way you were
that-
pointing. No, you were pointing the right way that way. Yeah.
Okay. So we're sorted. At the top right, is Mr. Lee. Padabadabadabadoo. Say hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee. Matt's going to stomp on my grave for that.
To the top left, it is the man with the hair, Mr. Will Powell.
Hello. I certainly have a lot of it. I can't wait till the hairdresser's open.
Yay. Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say that. I haven't had a haircut in... Like, a formal haircut I haven't had in so many years. So many years. I think...
What is that when you dress up in suits? Everyone has canapes? Yeah? Formal.
Matt's going to stomp on my
formal
grave for
angle,
that.
yeah, the one which isn't a pair of scissors in the kitchen. That'll do.
Say hi to Fletcher.
Hello,
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Bonjour. Which Fletcher were we talking about?
Ben.
Sorry,
Ben
eBay's
Fletcher.
just opened here. Ben Fletcher. You mean Fletcher Pickups? Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, man.
Who we
That
happen to be
soundtrack.
doing a competition with at the moment.
Hello, Fletcher. Hey!
Well, that's a wonderful little segue, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Segues
Thank you
go,
for
it's
reminding
pretty
me. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. So go on. We'll kick it off with mentioning the competition that we've got. So basically, you can win a set of strap pickups like I have in an Ibanez Fireman, which is sat just over here, which I'm not going to grab because it would require me getting up, and I don't trust this chair.
It might stab you in the back when you get up.
Yeah, well, the last
I've heard
podcast that I
about
did, the chair. So it seemed like the chair was just kind of like the back bit was rocking a bit too far and was then kind of collapsing in on itself. So I fixed that, and then the chair snapped. I'm not going to grab.
Oh, mate.
So yeah, I've been having bad times with this chair, but I think I've got it fixed now, and I'm putting all of my faith into this chair. But I don't trust me getting up and sitting back down on it. So, you know, we're gonna just believe that I've got an Ibanez Fireman over there with a set of strap pickups which are kind of Pink Floyd Gilmore inspired. And Mr. Fletcher wants a really good non-copyright infringing name for those pickups, which is a lot harder than you think. Because the ones that don't infringe on Mr. Gilmore or Pink Floyd themselves are taken by other pickup companies.
Oh, no way.
All right, okay. So I've got a friend, Mr. James Wild, who is pretty well known in the pedal world, especially in our little cliques. But he's watching at the minute, and he is the biggest Gilmore fan in the world. So if anyone can give us an idea as to what is a good name, it'll be him. So James, no pressure, mate. Get it right, or just don't say anything.
So what you need to do, James, if you want to win these pickups, is you need to go over to Fletcher Pickups, either on Facebook or Instagram, and there's basically a post. It's really hard to miss because it's very much taking inspiration from a certain album cover. And underneath that in the comments, you just need to leave what you think would be the ideal name for these pickups. And at the end of the month, we're going to draw the winner of that. So that'd be quite nice.
I'm gonna make some great.
I've entered myself.
Sorry.
Go
ahead, mate.
Oh yeah, I've put thrown my own entry into it, but I don't think I can win because I think that's
Against the
cheating,
rules.
or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's cheating. Yeah.
Makes me want
They
to
are
know
a
if
great
we can
tracker.
enter. But right, okay. Will, do me a favour, mate. turn your camera off and
Yes.
turn it back on because it keeps flickering on
Oh,
and
okay.
off. No, I don't know if that's
All right, yeah.
great radio.
Hang on, let me try that. Yep.
Indeed. There
I'll
we
give
go.
it a shot.
Oh, no, I'm at the top left. No,
You
top
are.
right.
You're to my. Oh my god.
And then if I point that way, it points to Lee. Is that correct?
That is correct, but
Oh.
no
Is
longer.
Is that better?
Ah, shit.
Yes.
Oh, everything has changed.
Your voice has
Everything
gone mental.
changed.
Did you completely
Yeah,
log off?
No, I just unplugged my camera.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Hang on, I hope it hasn't changed my audio settings to be through the camera because that'll suck. Hang on.
I bet it has.
It's all gone wrong. It has.
Oh no! Your
Is that better?
camera's
Okay.
but your camera's flashing again.
What?
Oh god! I just the other day. I
What
don't know
are we
what's
gonna
going
do?
on. Discord is useful, but it's a bit shit.
Apart from when it does stuff like this.
Yeah.
Let's soldier on anyway, lads. Let's soldier on.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this is a show. It's not a technical exercise, so
This isn't a tech demo.
that's it. If
Dude.
it was, we'd be failing pretty fucking hard right now.
Yeah.
So, Will, how you feeling?
As someone who's freshly 29, I'm feeling quite fragile.
Happy birthday to
Oh,
you.
please. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
can't do too much of that because it's
Yeah.
copyright laws. So
Yeah. Well, we had a bit a social distance barbecue where everyone came out and sat on my patio, all 2 meters apart, of course, and had a good few many drinks. We started off with 40 ciders and we ended up with none by the end of the night, and then a couple bottles of prosecco later as well, and some rum. And my liver does not like me today.
Oh, man.
I mean, we've got to take our hats off to you for joining in on this one, because I know, like, the last time I got absolutely shadracked, I had to cancel the podcast that was happening the next day.
Was that
Shadrach.
was that at Birmingham?
No.
We didn't really
was
drink that much that night, to be fair, did we?
No. It was probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was drinking along to like an online Facebook quiz, and then woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, having passed out before the results were given.
Oh dear.
It just
But we were scheduled.
totally just gave me a brainstorm. We've been thinking about like doing some more quizzes because it's something we really enjoy, and we were thinking whether you guys would be interested in joining in on that. So if we ran some sort of quiz where you kind of join in, you don't win shit all, but you know. You win our respect.
You're really selling this.
You win
You're really selling this.
And that's all that matters.
Well,
Hi Ian, how you doing, man?
may I just interject here, because we have got a precursor to that today. I'm just going to quickly show you here somewhere, and it's not high res enough that you can see the answers.
At all?
Is seven questions. So we're gonna do a little quiz today, and we're gonna see how it works.
Are we? Oh, yay!
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Adam,
so-
your quizzes are the best.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed them. So yeah, it's good.
I spend many a minute before the podcast googling quiz questions.
Should we get the news out of the way really quickly then, and then just get on with the
Yeah,
quiz, because
go
that's
on.
what everyone wants to do, isn't it?
Go on, yeah.
Well, I want to know. I want to know more about Will's week first, and then after we've
Okay.
talked about Will, we'll do the quiz.
All
Sound
right.
good? So, go on, Will. So
Okay.
you were having a socially distanced.
Barbecue, yeah,
Barbecue.
which was quite nice. So that was fun.
Yes.
And then what else have I done? Well, I took a couple days off of making TikTok, and I'm still working on my video series for how to build pedal boards. I've got episode 2 out of 7 finished. So at some point when I'm halfway through, I'll start uploading them to YouTube, and then stagger the series as we go. What else? What else? I bought a whammy. That was fun.
You bought something this week, didn't you? You bought an instrument.
Oh yeah, I did. Hang on, let me go get it because I can show and tell.
Awesome. Dum 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 dum.
That's what we want.
There we go.
This is a Epiphone 339, and it is.
I'm glad it's not a 335 because otherwise you are an absolute giant.
Well, even with those big guitars, I still struggle because of like you pretty much have to put your whole like arm in a different position to strum, that's quite weird. But like the 339, it just looks and feels like an ever so slightly bigger Les Paul with F holes, so works for me. Yeah.
To be fair, I've played one of the Epis and it was a decent bit of kit.
They are.
Well,
I was more than impressed. Yeah.
I got it for quite the steal. So there's a local guitar shop in Portsmouth called PJ Walker's, and on their Facebook page, I saw them post it within a minute, and they were like, "We've got this new Epiphone guitar in the store. Come in, book an appointment, and you can play it." Because they were doing that before they opened properly. You could book an appointment, try something specific, and then you could go. And they put on there £250. I was like, okay, I've been going through this whole thing where me and Chloe watched the entire Gibson TV The Process documentary, all of the episodes that are up with that, and I was looking at it and be like, I think I really like how they're made. You know, I think my Gibson bias is a bit silly. Let me reconsider this, and I'll go play a couple and see what I think. So I went down to this shop. And they had it up for 250 quid. And as soon as I walked through the door, they were like, "You're going to get a steal because no one has played this guitar. Someone brought it in on commission. So the shop sold it on behalf of someone else. And this person had it up on a wall as like a prop and had never touched it.
As
it's
prop?
a brand new... Yeah, basically it's just like a bit of background decor. And it's like, someone spent like 550 quid on something to just hang on the wall. I was like, I'll happily pay it off.
Over half price.
Yeah, so I was I was pretty chuffed with that, and it's a great guitar. I've incorporated it into the live set really well now. So yeah, works brilliantly. I'd recommend them if anyone else is out there looking for a semi-hollow guitar.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean,
so cool.
The Epiphones these days doing the Kalamazoo headstock as well, aren't they? So
I think mine's still Epi. So
yeah,
it's not the book match one because this is a 2019. So the new 2020 ones are doing the same as the Gibson headstocks now. Yeah.
No, they are more like that. They're more. Like
they
that.
are. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah, it's because it's slightly fatter as the book. The open book headstock, almost looks like a mustache.
Yes, mustache one, yeah.
Where the Epi ones, the Kalamazoo style, the hump in the middle of it comes up higher.
Okay. So it is the same sort of headstock style. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's ever so slightly tweaked, but they're really similar to that. So it tends to put people off a little bit less than the old clipped wings headstock, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Well, this one it's got the coil taps in it. So if you're not super all the way into humbuckers, you can just quickly pull out the pot, and it's the most unique sort of like sound, clean tone out of it that I don't have that kind of sound in my arsenal. So it seems to be filling a hole that I didn't have before. But now it's like, I couldn't live without one. I don't think.
Aside from Finline, Tellys, and Strats, are there any hollow bodies that use single coils apart from P90s? Obviously.
Okay. Apart from P90s.
Yeah, because that's a lot of them have P90s, but single coils.
Because I was going to say Riviera. Yeah. Maybe something like Gretsch. Was Gretsch do single?
I mean, the Diamonds are single coil, but they're more like P90-ish.
Yeah.
But
the Gretches are like this, aren't they? They're the sort of toast. Oh bloody! I'm smashing my guitar up.
Oh,
but they do two different types. That's more like That's more like a TV Jones
Yeah.
Well,
style
filter.
pickup, whereas they do
Yeah.
the dearmament single
Yeah.
coils as well.
Okay. Yeah, Filtrons are a little bit like mini humbuckers, really, aren't they? But they're low output mini humbuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, really low output. You get a real openness and airiness to Filtron style pickups. I do like them. I think they're really, really interesting sound.
Our friend Adam Yearman said, "What up?"
Adam, who now? I should be checking on this. I should be on the live stream.
Yeah.
I'm very.
I've got it
sorry,
open on the side. I'm just trying to share us to other groups.
I've been doing that as well. I wonder if we're sharing to the
Fair
same
play.
groups. Right.
Well,
what else
hopefully
have
we're
you?
not.
What else have you been up to, man? Was it really this week that you got that guitar? Because I remember when you told us about it.
Yes.
Christ.
Yeah,
that
it was.
seems
It was this
like
week.
ages ago.
Oh man, time is blending
Mr.
all together. It really is.
Mr. Fletcher's just mentioned about Filtrons. He says they've got a big magnet in the Filtrons.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, just before we switch on.
Yeah.
Because it's got the big magnet and low winds, I believe. That's what it's.
Okay,
High
that's interesting.
inductance. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay. We should get Mr. Fletch on for just to join in on a regular thing, because he could probably tell us quite a lot that we don't know, that about the subjects we're talking about.
Yeah. One of these knowledgeable people. I mean, we pretend to be, but he actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Will. I did interrupt you there.
That's right, man. That's all good. So I think that's most of my news, but apart from tomorrow, I am going to be playing a charity live stream event on the Don't Stress Fest Facebook page. And it's all in aid of the NHS charities, all supporting the Backstreet Boys World Tour, as we know it. I'm sure you'll get what I mean by that. But yeah, so obviously those charities are a bit stressed at the moment, need a bit of extra funding. So I'm going on there, and the festival's already reached their funding target, but it'd be really great if we can get a few more donations in. So I'll be playing the full A Rocket Complex set tomorrow between 6 and 7 p.m. So, yeah.
We'll be sharing that onto Pedalboards of Doom, so if you want to watch it, because
thank you, man.
Will does like to use a pedal or two, don't you, sir?
I do, yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, we could run through a couple of things on my board, because I can actually pick it up probably whilst it's still plugged in. A little tiny essay thing. Yeah.
Right. Have you been up to anything else?
Don't think so. I think that's it for me. I can't think unless I've forgotten something. Might be the alcohol still pulsing through my veins.
Did you get anything for your birthday? Any pedals or anything?
Oh, and I got Brian Wampler's How to Modify Pedals book. Chloe gave that to me. Very lovely of her. So, yeah, I've been looking at all of his mods in there, which is quite brilliant. Your camera's just stuttered, Lee. Is that the same book?
No, this is a similar sort of thing. I'm not sure if Brian did this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, electronic projects for musicians.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're swinging book dicks right now.
Oh my God, here we go. Yeah, you have the pedal board, like the pedal book, don't you?
My one's indoors.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So we are going to be doing a special promotion with these guys over the next few days on Pedalboards of Doom. For the next 3 or 4 days. For the listeners of the podcast, this is going to be after. No, sorry, this is going to happen before you hear this. So sorry about that. But what Mr. Budget Pedal Chap has just picked up there is a book called Pedal Crush. And it's put together by a chap called Kim and a chap called Scott Harper, who people might know is the chap who does the Knobs YouTube video, which is not a porn site. It is a... I had this conversation with someone the other day who hadn't heard of it, and I was like, "Do you know about Knobs, the YouTube channel?" And they're like,
Should I be? Is this like when someone asks you to Google blue waffle? It's like, no.
So I say to the guys, I said to them, no. It's nothing like that. It's the one where you just see his hands, and they're like, right.
And he plays that very lovely chord at the beginning.
Yeah,
it's like the good morning chord. Yeah.
So it's a ninth chord, isn't it?
It's something like that. Yeah, it's like I think. Can't remember. It feels like you should be eating like some sort of like low-calorie brunch. Well, when that chord is playing, the sun's just come up. There's a glass of orange juice in front of you, and you're like, isn't it a nice morning?
That's a big old floaty chord, is it?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It takes you places.
Yeah. So those guys are going to be joining us for a special one-off live stream on Thursday at 8 o'clock UK time. So, like we do here, and Mr. Budget Pedal Chap and I will be interviewing them as if, more to the point, we're just going to be chatting about pedals and stuff.
Oh yeah, standard. Yeah. The main thing that I'm going to be asking, which I've told Lee about, is why there is no featurette. There should be a small section about the Mojo, but there is no mention whatsoever about the Mojo, and I'm gunning for Pedal Crush 2, Return of the Mojo. That's what we're talking.
Return of the Mojo, it is.
See,
yeah.
We were talking about this, and we were saying they really missed a trick, because what they have in this book is a foreword by Mr. Steve Vai, and what they could have done is had a foreword by Mr. Budget Pedal Chap instead, and that would have been far more interesting. Of course,
I would have given him at least 5 words, if not 6.
Which would
Speaking
have
of
been.
the Vi, have you guys seen that he invented a new technique this week?
What is it?
Well. Did he? Or was he just plain country?
It's if people hadn't heard of it before, which as soon as it said, it was like, I've done that in my solos like 2 years ago. It was called like jointing or something.
Joint shifting.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Go on then, tell me, because I've totally missed this, and I love Vi. So come on.
Right. So basically, on his 60th birthday, he brought out a video that showed a brand new technique where you play a chord, but you bend different notes in the chord different ways at the same time, with other frets not being bent. So
isn't that what a B bender does?
Yeah, it's pretty much that, but you use your hands to do it. So you don't use a B bender. You use, imagine you're doing the standard power chord and you bend both the octaves, but the fifth stays in tune, basically. That's what he was doing.
How's he going to do that with a Floyd Rose?
No idea.
No idea.
The
the guitar he uses for it, it looks like a modified gem that's been modified to look like a Strat. So it's 3 single chords and it's got a scratch plate on it. I assume the trem system on it isn't one of the Edge Floyd Rose inspired systems. I imagine it's just a vintage style synchronized trem.
Let's be fair. Well, if it's on a gem and Vi's playing it, it's going to be a proper official Floyd Rose.
Well, it might be the fact. It might be that for this song, he's got one that's blocked off, or he's got a slightly less temperamental trem system for sympathetic bends. Because if it was a Floyd Rose system, there ain't any way that you're bending multiple strings without the entire thing going completely
out of tune. Yeah, it's really interesting. But I've seen people do that like years ago, but only with like one note that stays like solid, and they bend the note above it. And you're like, okay, but then you're bending more than one note at once. I think that's the new spin.
Does it lead into a different chord then?
It's really weird because it's like glissando all the time, which is really strange.
I need to hear
So-
this. I really do need to hear this. It sounds quite exciting.
Yeah, it's impossible to describe, but just imagine bending all the time between every note, but then doing jazz chords at the same time. That's kind of what was happening.
I bet it sounds
So it was
great.
like a good transition between each note. Yeah,
I bet it sounds
It was
great
interesting.
listening to Vi do it because he's
yeah.
just simply amazing. He's just absolutely great.
It's-
Have you watched any of his live streams?
No, I haven't had
Oh,
the chance.
nice.
No, they've been good. It's nice to
Alright.
see him like on a person to person sort of level.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Right, okay. So yeah. Speaking of Vi and Ibanez and things like that, this week I
Oh, Vibernet, yeah.
Vibanez. I had a live stream on Tonepedia where we spoke to a friend of ours, Daniel, over from Ibanez in Germany, and that was really cool. That was fun. Went through a lot of guitars and we spoke about the different tones and the history. He's got a lovely gem. It's one of those dipped, where they got the swirl paint and then they dip it in it.
Yeah,
And it's all like the
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
yeah, it's really nice because each one of them's a one-off as well. It's really, really cool.
Mm.
And it kind of got me going again about wanting to get an Ibanez guitar. I'm like, oh, I really want one of those AZs or AZs.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, but the Axions are really cool, and like Axion's a really cool name as well because that's the name they've given to the particles that we haven't found yet about dark matter.
Mm.
And so I was thinking, oh yeah, and then you could actually get the dark matter pedal, and then maybe a heavy water, and then you could just have this like scientifically named rig.
Yeah, science rig. Oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be cool, wouldn't it? I'd love that.
Yeah, that actually would be.
Oh man.
I was thinking of doing a space themed pedal board for the longest time, using like the ARP and Tate's and Terrace, and there were tons of pedals I found that you could get on there, and they would all do different stuff, but all be space themed.
Oh man, that'd be cool. You
Yeah.
could have that.
It would be.
What's that Roger Mayer pedal that looks like a spaceship? The
There's a vibe from him, I remember.
yeah, do you know the one I mean? It's like it looks like
Yeah.
some sort of 1950s spaceship design.
I can't think of, but I know that. Oh, wait, hang on. That's his spaceship design one. Isn't that just the Octavia?
That's it. I knew it.
Yeah.
As soon as you say it, I was thinking, I know what I'm talking about. When someone tells me,
That's what you want.
oh man,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool. Right, okay.
But anyway, back to Ibanez. You guys were saying.
Yeah,
We
went through a few of the
Used to-
guitars, and one of the things that Dan showed us on the it was kind of like breaking news. He showed us the first ever production Ibanez that features an Evertune bridge. So they're going into
interesting.
Evertunes.
nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
yeah. He was showing us it before we did the live stream as well. And there's two different things you can set it up on. And I think I knew this already, but I haven't looked at Evertunes for ages. You can have it so you can bend it as normal, or you can have it so no matter what you do to the string, no matter how much you bend the strings, it doesn't change the tuning of it. So he played
Wow.
it, he picked it, and he was going
Yeah.
wow, wow, like that, but it wasn't going wow,
Yeah.
wow, it was going wow. And he was like bending
That
it all
is
day
so
long.
weird, man. So
Yeah.
then basically your like the vibrato you add is just adding sustain because it's keeping moving the string.
Yeah,
Is that kind of what was happening?
I guess so. We
Yeah.
only we didn't have it plugged in, so we just looked at it.
Okay. Yeah.
But my God, I remember messaging Evertune when they first when I first heard about them, asking them like, "Are you going to be putting this into a trem?" And they were like, "We want to, we just don't know how."
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be quite cool if they put that into a trem. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
Mm.
I don't know what sort of effect
I'm
it
all
has
down
on
for it.
sustain.
I wonder. I've never played one. It'd be interesting.
I don't know how they work. I don't know the science behind it. Otherwise, I'd be able to like hazard a guess at how it would affect. But it's just, I know that they are magic. They just keep everything in tune.
It's some sort of compensation going on there, isn't there? And I wonder if it's
Yeah.
done with weighting, or if I'm thinking about how I would do it if I was working from the ground up, I'd probably start with springs and weights. I'm sure there's springs and weights in there somewhere, so it can't be that wrong.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I'm imagining little pixies that just pull on the string to compensate.
Tuning pixies. That's what we want.
Yeah, they got a little tuner next to them. They go, oh, yeah, it's slightly out. Just pull on it. There we go. Sound.
Did you ever see that? I think it was a meme years ago, long time ago, like back in like 20 years ago or something, and it was a guy getting a drink from a coffee machine, and the next thing was like little gnomes like make you frothing up the milk and stuff in there. It's really gross.
The little picture of the inside of a guitar pedal, and it's like the cable comes in and it goes to like a set of headphones on a cat, and the cat's got a little guitar.
Oh yes, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Same sort of thing. It's very Terry Pratchett. That very, very Terry Pratchett. It's great. Oh man, right. You guys had some other bits of news. Do you want to knock some of that out?
Loads of news, but I reckon it's about time.
Yeah.
I reckon it's about time.
You reckon it's about time?
I have one to add just off the top that I forgot to add to our list, and it's artist news. Is that cool?
Depends on the artist.
Brian May.
Oh yeah, go, do it.
Oh,
yes. Brian May has beat Jimi Hendrix to be voted the greatest guitarist of all time.
Woo!
Yeah, that was the article. I can't remember where I saw the article, but that's it.
I once read that.
And there was a comment.
For the Brian May Herald.
No, I think it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think Steve Vai was quoted saying it totally makes sense. Like it's just the one to be. He is king in Queen.
I mean, like his guitar is very intellectual. The Brian May stuff is very well composed. There's lots of like note choices which standard guitarist probably wouldn't go for, and it all makes perfect musical sense, following the weird chord changes and whatnot. So yeah, I'm down with that.
In an interview I read once, he said that Satriani is the greatest guitarist ever.
Who, Brian May?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, okay.
He's good. Like out of the shred guys, I tend to find that they get boring after a very short period of time. Satch for me I can tolerate him more.
Yeah.
But really strangely, Malmsteen, and I don't know why, but I like Malmsteen.
Fletch has just said. Oh, sorry. Go on, man.
Yeah, no, carry on.
I was going to say, Fletch has just said that Brian May is also a doctor of astrophysics. Yes.
Yep, absolutely.
He's indeed. Yeah.
And he loves to save a badger. I know this. He's quite big on saving the badgers.
And for a little while, he looked like one.
Yeah.
Brian May is like Steve Harris. He didn't age for the longest time.
And just him.
And then suddenly,
Steve
Dumbledore.
Harris, yeah. Well, Steve Harris has always looked 40, but he's remained looking 40 for the entirety of Iron Maiden.
It's born looking 40 with a fag in his mouth at a West Ham game.
That's it, yeah. Right, it's quiz time, lads. It's quiz time. Get yourself in quiz mode.
All right. Do I need a bit of paper or something to take notes
it would help. Yeah. So, I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through the rules.
Well, thanks for the pre-warning.
This will. I mean, while I go through the rules, you can obviously get yourself sorted out with a pen and some paper and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you've got a phone, just use the notes app on that.
Yeah.
Right, and this works for you people out there in Facebook land as well. So if you're out there in the Facebook group, please don't comment the answers in the comments at the moment, okay? There will be a time for that. Okay.
Time and place.
Right, so yes. Right, so
well, should we do the answers to each question as we go through, so then people can put their answers in?
No.
Okay.
So
no.
We won't get to the bloody quiz if you carry on.
I want to play Jeopardy next week.
I'm getting told off.
We're going to go through the.
Go on, man.
We're going to
Go
go
on.
through the questions. There are 7 questions, so we're going to go through the questions. Bum, 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 bum. Once we are done,
Mm-hmm.
once we are done, you've got yours written down on your pieces of paper. I will
Yes.
I'll ask for the answers from the people in the group. Just put their answers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all at that point, and we'll go through the answers there so that we can double check against it.
Okay.
Key to a good quiz:
It's got to be a list.
keep it simple.
Yep. Right. So number one.
Number one.
Which English sir had number ones in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s? So which English sir had number ones in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s? That's a nice, easy one to get us started.
It's only easy if you know the answers. Which everyone
Indeed.
did.
Only easy if you buy me a pint.
These Northerners, cheap.
That's it. Maybe 2. Are we ready for question number 2?
Everyone.
Numero
Yes.
dos.
Yep.
Yeah, question 2. Go on.
Jimmy, Robert, John, and John are which iconic 70s rock band? Jimmy, Robert, John, and John are which iconic 60s/70s rock band? Oh, there's concentration there. That shouldn't really be that hard.
No, it
It
wasn't.
shouldn't be that.
It's just because one of them you always call look duh. It's a free, you always because it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not John
Let's
Persuade, is it?
Let's stop giving them clues,
Yeah.
mister.
Well, you said the name
No
wrong, but okay, cool.
Right, number 3.
Mm.
Middle name of Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh, God.
So the middle name of Sir Paul McCartney.
Surely it'd be Paul then, wouldn't it?
His first name's not Sir.
No idea. Just gonna guess.
It's worth a guess. It's always worth a guess.
This will be interesting.
Yeah, it will be. Right, so cast your minds back for question 4. In the early 2000s, I think this was out, Fatboy Slim did a song called Weapon of Choice. Which flying film star features in the music video?
Oh, yes, I know this.
Flying. Okay, I'm gonna have to guess. But
I'll give you a clue.
Can guess.
No, don't give me any clues. I know this.
No clues. No clues. I think I've got it.
Well,
I think I've got it.
He's not usually known for his flying.
Okay.
So it's not Superman, right? Okay, cool.
Okay, well, I think I know who it is.
Yeah.
I think I might know who it
He
is.
prefers another method of transport, let's say.
I'm sure he does.
Right. So
5.
we got to that one. Yeah. Okay. Number 5.
Yes.
In 1975,
Uh-huh.
Bohemian Rhapsody was at number 1 for 9 weeks.
Mm.
What song, with part of the name in the lyrics of Bo Rap, was it that knocked them off the number 1 spot? So 1975, Bohemian Rhapsody was number 1 for 9 weeks. There was a song that knocked them off the top spot that had part of the lyric, like part of the title, was in the lyrics of Bo Rap. That's got you thinking.
Oh God, it's impossible.
No, it's not.
It's impossible. It's just it's unlikely. I'll give you a clue. It's not Beelzebub. Number 6.
Hang on. I'm going through my collection of like my thoughts here of all like songs that came out in the 70s. Like we're talking 9 years before I was even born.
I'm going through my collection of Google Right.
I'm just guessing. I'm just
Yeah,
picking a
it's
lyric
worth a guess.
and just going with it.
Do we
To be
get a
fair,
point for
I
the
didn't know
bands?
this one.
Do we get a point for the bands?
Possibly. Depends how well you're doing in the rest of the quiz.
So if I
At
put lots of
Quizmaster's
bands down.
Right, so number 6,
dunno.
Amy Winehouse's biggest album was Back to Black, not Back in Black.
Mhm.
That's a completely different band.
Mhm.
What was the title of her debut album?
Ah.
It wasn't.
I'm gonna guess again, but I think it might be that.
Okay.
Solid guess.
It might be.
Might
It
well
might
be.
be. I
well be.
knew this one. I love this album. With songs such as Stronger Than Me, Fuck Me Pumps, Cherry. Oh, I love it.
This isn't very gear related, is it?
Seven. No, not really.
You're saying that Amy Winehouse isn't gear related?
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Different type of gear. I think we'll have you know.
She played a lovely seafoam green Strat. I'll have you know, and that's what I was talking about. You bad people.
If the question were, what colour was Amy Winehouse's Strat? I still wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I would have had a better guess at it than this.
Come on, chaps. Number 7.
Final question.
Number 7.
Final question. Nights in White Satin was the 1967 hit by who?
Got it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna put down another guess.
Tell you what,
and you're gonna
Will,
laugh at me.
You're a bit unlucky there because that's one of my favourite ever songs.
I'm just gonna guess. All right, come on then, comments. Let's see your answers.
So comments. Give us the answers.
Okay, do you want to go through the questions one at a time again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I can do, yeah. Okay. So I'll quick speed round it. Number 1, which English had a number 1 in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s?
Cliff Richards.
Number 2, Jimmy. Are we doing the answers? Okay.
Yeah. So give the guys a chance to put the answers in the comments. So yeah,
cool.
Cliff Richards. Okay.
Yeah,
it was
Sir Cliff
Richards.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that wrong. It's not Paul McCartney.
I believe that he had one in the 2000s as well, because I think Millennium Prayer, which was his late 90s one, it was 1999, had crossed over. It was still number 1 whilst it was in the Millennium. But he's not had one in the past decade.
Was he the guy who bought Hank Marvin the red Strat? Is that was that Cliff Richards?
Yeah.
That was
same Cliff.
Yeah.
Cliff Richards and the Shadows. Yeah, it's
indeed.
Yeah.
He's going on a summer holiday, lads.
My mum used to make us watch that atrocity. And I used to really enjoy it as a kid.
Jimmy, Robert, John, and John. Go on, Will.
Jean.
Zap.
Jean, not John.
Zed Leplin. Jean.
Zed Leplin. Yep.
Indeed.
Led Zeppelin.
Plant, Paul Jones, and Bonham.
Sozo.
Have you ever listened to any of John Paul Jones's solo stuff?
No, man.
No.
It's cool. It's really cool.
I imagine it's crazy because he's eclectic musically.
Yeah, but very
Interesting fellow.
I saw him with them Crooked Vultures once.
Yeah,
he did play with them. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
He did. Middle name of Sir Paul McCartney?
I put John because
Harold.
it's a Christian name and his name is Paul.
Oh my god, it is, isn't it? So that's got to be right. Is it John?
No. So you're going to kick yourself here. Paul is actually his middle name. James is his first name.
Oh, fuck off.
I said that and you said no.
Fuck off. His name is...
What I said is Sir is not his first name.
What did he not think that James would sell? James McCartney.
Yeah, Paul is so much more rock and roll.
Should have been called Harold.
Okay,
He
Which
would have
film
gone for
star-
Jimmy, but that never worked for anyone.
No,
Oh,
never
dear,
worked for
yeah.
anyone.
Don't mention Jimmy. Right, so which flying film star starred in Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim in the music video?
Right, I'm gonna guess he wears aviators and was in
Go
a movie about flying F-16s.
Nope. It's not Tom Cruise.
It's not Tom Cruise.
It's Christopher
Fuck.
Walken.
No. He prefers walking.
It's Christopher
Hey.
Walken.
This is
Christopher Walken.
impossible.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was
video.
like he was in like some sort of shopping centre,
like a
wasn't
glass
it?
room.
Yeah, and it was kind of like
Oh yeah, it was actually.
it was
Yeah,
like
it was like
trapezing
flying about.
almost.
Yes, yeah. It was. It was a weird music video. It was really cool.
Fletch got the Paul McCartney one right.
Yep, he
Bang
did.
on, Fletch.
Well
Bang
done,
on.
mate. Well done. Oh,
Right,
man.
so number 4. Sorry, number 5. Bo Rap was knocked off by what?
What did you put?
I put "Open Your Eyes" just as a guess. I just got halfway through the lyrics in my head and just like that sounds like a song.
No.
Yeah,
Go on.
This isn't right at all because I put "Killers" by Iron Maiden, but it's not. I killer's a man, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right, so you got to keep yourself. Mamma Mia by ABBA. Mamma Mia just killed a man. So you were
Christ.
close. You were really close with that.
again.
I started going down that sort of route with Mama. I was going, Mama, don't preach. No, wrong year. Hang on a minute. That's wrong. so my mind just went in loads of different loops here.
Right. So Amy Winehouse's debut album.
It's called Amy Winehouse.
No,
Is it? It's
it's
got
not that.
self-titled. Come on.
I went down the same route. I put
No,
Amy.
it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's called Frank.
that's what she's known as a weekend.
Fucking hell.
There we go. Yeah. To be frank.
Okay.
To be Frank Skinner.
And then, oh yeah. Oh dear. Right. Nights in White Satin was by
Procol Harum.
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees, you what? I hate that band. It's
Again, I
Bee
just
Gees
guessed. I just guessed.
Bee Gees were absolutely killer songwriters, mate.
Yeah,
Absolutely
man.
killer. Who's it by, Will?
No idea. Literally no idea. Did you say?
Sorry,
No, I can't remember.
Lee.
Lee got it right.
Procol Harum.
No, Moody Blues.
Oh, fuck
Procol
off.
Harlem's Shade of White, and it
Yeah, Whiter Shade of Pale.
Well, Shade of Pale. Yes.
White Shade of...
Oh, I always get them two mixed up, and I love them both so much. I can't believe I got that wrong. Oh my god.
I mean,
Well,
this
we
is
did
worth
it.
it just for the frustration. So,
Yeah.
how many points did you get, Will?
1 out of 7.
1 out of 7. And as
Respectable.
Meatloaf said, 1 out of 7 ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Lee, sorry.
3.
What did you get? 3?
3. That's the worst.
Respectable.
No, that's the worst I've ever done on any of our quizzes, ever.
Oh, you still won, dude. So congrats.
There you go.
You've earned it.
I bet
And you've
bet
won a
Fletch-
luxury trip to Japan. You haven't.
I bet Fletch did.
I
better
really
than
want
that.
to play Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, he's gone for a
He
Yeah,
bar.
got
I think-
3.
I think Fletch got 3, yeah.
Yeah, Fletch got
Yeah,
3.
the ones that he did, Cliff, Paul, and Moody Blues. Yeah, fantastic. Right, yeah,
I
Fletch is off because he's
totally should have got
back in
Moody Blues.
back in the kids. Good lad. You should have got it, but you didn't. So
Nights in White Satin. I
go.
totally love that song, man.
It is. Yeah, it's a jam. It's an absolute jam.
Really is.
Lee, you've done the Ibanez live stream. We talked about that. What have I done? I didn't get a chance to talk about what I've done last podcast because we had Ollie Miles of Ollie Miles Music, which will be out tomorrow.
Nice.
So I've got 2 weeks worth of catching up to do. Let's see.
Come on then, chap. Chap of the budget
So-
medals.
This is where he turns around and goes, nothing. I've done
Yeah,
nothing.
Cool, mate.
Sweet FA.
So, my not last week, the week before, I did the follow up, the Chef Tone Honey Burst. on No Talk All 10. The Messiah is like your amp in a box. It's like your Marshall. It's your drive sound. The Honey Burst is the pedal that goes with that to then push it. So they work amazingly well as a pair. So it goes from kind of from clonny style kind of presence push with a little bit of grit, but then it goes up and beyond that and goes to some quite serious crunch. But then you pair those two together and you get some silly good territory.
That's cool, man.
I'd love to give them a try.
Yeah. I mean, I have. I had 001 of.
Oh, nice.
In fact, I had 01 and 02. Yeah, I had to give the honey bursts back so I could sell them. I've still got 001 of the Messiah. I said that he can't have it back, and he was like, "Yeah, okay." So,
all right then.
Yeah. So, yeah. But the honey burst, where the Messiah is basically like it's there as your amp. You put it into like a relatively neutral sounding clean channel, and then you basically get Marshall.
Yeah. So it's kind of more preampy than a drive pedal.
Yeah. I mean, it does do the job of a drive pedal, but it completely changes your character. You are getting Marshall tones out of that. Anything.
Our friend Brian Wampler, we've already mentioned tonight. He did say in one of his videos recently that people really need to stop saying this is a preamp and this is a preamp, because like technically, like almost anything could be a preamp as long as it's got like some enough amplification going on in the pedal. So yeah, it's a bit of a generic, overused, transparent tone, if you know what I mean.
Everyone likes them buzzwords, man. It's what they want.
They do. They do. Yeah. I try to shy away from them as much as possible.
Yeah, me too.
Like you've got to also speak in the language that everyone understands, don't you? So
yeah, common parlance. Yeah. There's certain words that people just they want to hear.
But who understands that? These generic buzz tones, they mean something only to the person who's saying it. It will mean something different to the other person. If I say something sounds warm, I might.
What does that mean?
I might mean that it's got good lower mids. You might mean that it's got a lot of bass end to it and very little treble. You know, it's a completely different kettle of fish.
I'll tell you who would be able to decipher all of those terms really well. Martin Kidd. Because apparently when they go through the design process, he gets feedback like that, and then he is able to kind of convert that into some sort of electronic, happenings inside his amps. So, yeah.
Mate, I've had the immense pleasure of sitting down with Martin and messing around with amps and stuff with it, and man, the guy is just awesome. He's so cool. He's so down to earth as well.
I'm so jealous.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So I did that this last week, and then after that, I posted up on Instagram with like basically a which would you rather between the Digitech Blues and the Dan Electro Cool Cat Transparent Overdrive. So both are kind of like low gain drives. One being more kind of BD2 inspired, the other one being a Timmy inspired pedal, and got the public to choose that, which is fantastic because it takes the pressure off me, because I've got all these pedals and I go, which one do I do next? So I did that, and I've done another one for this week as well, and I've extended it to 3 pedals.
Oh, nice.
So last week I did the Digitech Blues, Screaming Blues, and I was blown away by how awesome it sounds. I've had them for ages, and I've just kind of tucked them away at the back of a cupboard because it's just like I've had other things to play with, and then that's been the next flavour of the month and whatnot. Played this, and my gosh, it sounds like the demo is literally just of a a 4-knob drive pedal, and it ended up being over 10 minutes.
Well, I'm sure the
So-
EQ section on the Screaming Blues is pretty powerful.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the 2-band, which is better, better suited than the standard. Like your 3-knob layout, it's okay, but you tend to lose a little something with just the tone control. I find with the 2-band where you've got bass and you've got treble, the bass you use to dial in your guitar. So if you're using single coils, you can bring up that bass to kind of
humbuckers,
you can cut it back so that it's not overwhelming. And then the treble then becomes a tone controller presence almost.
That's all I've ever wanted out of a blues driver is that, and it's like seeing that thing is I've seen those Screaming Blues pedals. You always go into like I do this thing where I'll go into cash converters and stuff like that, looking for budget or like cheap pedals sometimes, and you all see them in there, and you look at it and you go, "Is that gonna be any good?"
No.
But then your demo of it was just like, "Oh mate, I need to find one." They're pretty great.
Well, that's it. I mean, I happen to just have 2. I've got like one of the original Rum ones, which are really heavy, and then the one that I demoed was the later version, which is a lot lighter. I assume they moved from like mostly through hole to some SMD class. But they both sound absolutely fantastic, and in terms of like the gain sweep as well, it's much broader than you get on the Blues driver, but you get the same kind of territory. So if you do want a Blues driver, but you're concerned about the tone control being unusable at the bottom end and too much at the top end, and you want to have a bit more versatility with the game, I would absolutely suggest the Screaming Blues. And at the moment, unlike the Bad Monkey, that has got a bit of a cult following because of Phil X, the Screaming Blues just doesn't, and you can pick them up, like you say, you can pick up a bit of cash converters.
For like nothing.
For like 10, 15 quid, So,
which is insane.
There's a lot of these pedals that you're just basically waiting for Josh Scott to do a video about them, and then you can sell them again.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so true.
It is.
But that's the thing. Like, I'm sure I've had that pedal up on gear exchanges for like a couple of times, and I've had interest in it, and I've just at the last minute gone, oh no, I'll not, because I might need it. And having played it, I don't think I'll get rid of it, and I won't get rid of the Bad Monkey either, because it's just for what I'd get for it. I mean, I'll probably get like 30, 40 quid for a Bad Monkey.
Yeah. But you might as well keep it, just because it will happen. Because we saw it with the talkback reverse delay. As soon as Josh Scott did the video, and then I watched it go, like, see which ones were used on eBay, and then they jumped up to 300 or 400 quid for original ones. And you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, standard.
It is.
But it even happened with the crappy plastic Behringer pedals as well. Which
the Super Fuzz in particular,
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of them, but like, because Josh Scott released that video, you used to be able to get those plastic pedals for a tenner. Some people would even do like, you can have like 3 or 4 of them for 15 quid. Now they're asking 15, 20 quid a pop. He's just like, really, like at like £10, you go, sound, I'll give it a go. But the fact that they are like molded plastic enclosures, I'm like, nah.
I was trying to get a Super Fuzz recently, just because there was one going locally, and I know how cheap they go for. So, but the guy had it with another pedal. I can't remember what this other pedal was. It was just a heap of shit pedal, and one of these Walmart 9-volt power supplies. And I was like, "What? Look, I don't want that other pedal, and I don't need that power supply. Could I just buy the Behringer?" And he wouldn't let it go on its own. And I was like, "Come on, man, come on."
Yeah.
I offered him 15 quid for it. You know, and I'll
Yeah,
come and collect it and
decent
stuff.
one.
But you know, it's they're about 30 quid new, aren't they?
Mm.
Yeah. I think with a lot of those, they're out of production now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like brand new. I had a few of them brand new, and I think I paid like 20, 25 quid a pop. So it's like, they ain't nothing special.
No, and if
but
you want a souped up version of it, go and spend a couple of quid more, and you can get the TC range. They're the same pedals.
Exactly.
Mm.
And a lot of them are direct clones of like Boss pedals. So if you have to like the trem, go for the TR2, or if you want the super fuzz, go for the FZ, whatever it is, FZ1, FZ2, I can't remember.
So it depends on which one, because you've got the FZ5 as well, I think. Let me have a look.
That's the current one that's out from Boss. Is the 5?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I think it started at 2, but I'll have a look. Because the FZ1
that one which had like
is a motorbike.
Boost, like fuzz. Yeah.
So let's see what took over from the Phaser, Yamaha Phaser.
Going through Facebook Marketplace, if you just type in Digitech, there are tons of those line of pedals.
I know, really.
But a lot of them, they are the grunge pedal that Just Scott did a video of. I've been seeing those over a lot of places.
It was the 2. I thought it was, because most of the compacts start by being called the 2, don't they? Which I've never really understood, because you got the C2, but you got the C1 before that, which is the big.
There was no BD2.
No,
no, there was no BD1. Sorry, but
Exactly,
there's BD2. Yeah,
yeah.
You got what I meant.
I knew where you were going with that, and that's the same for a lot of the stuff. But then you do have the SD one and the DS one. So I don't know what the rhyme and the reason is for what they're called. I don't think anyone does, to be.
It's probably to avoid copyright. It's like you say, the FZ1 is a motorbike, so to avoid that.
But the FZ1 only came out probably 5 to 10 years ago. Before that, it was called the Phaser, the Yamaha Phaser, which was a derivative of the Yamaha R1. It's just not as fared and slightly detuned. I like motorbikes a lot.
I only found out the other day that your CBT runs out after 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. And I was like, well, I did one when my ex had a bike when she was in the police, and I just did the CBT with her, being like, "Oh, I'll move the bike if you need me to at some point." And then I was talking to my friend, being like, "Oh, let me have a go, just let me borrow your helmet and stuff." He's like, "You have a CBT, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I did it years ago." And he was like, "Hold up, dude."
Yeah, that's not allowed. Valid.
I was super lucky when I passed my test, right? Because they were just changing the rules. To mean that it went into like a 2-part test or something along those lines, and you had to wait until you'd had your license for 5 years or something like that until you could ride a full power bike over.
Oh yeah, they did
125cc.
I passed it like a week before that shit came in. So
dude.
But I'd been riding bikes for a long time beforehand, because my father was friends with all like the bike gangs and all these sort of things, so I'd grown up around bikes. I bought my first bike from a Hell's Angel. So yeah,
nice.
It was
fair, man.
Yeah, it's just the way, just the way life is. But yeah, it was great. So I kind of passed it, and then I just went down to Whitstable, which weren't far from where I lived, and picked up a 1000cc Yamaha, which was an old version of the R1 and these sort of things. It was from the 80s, but it was fast as you like. On the way home, I raced a Porsche and I beat it. I was like, yes, I paid 600 quid for this. That's great. Oh, man.
Oh, show.
Things I could tell you about bikes that would get me arrested. Okay.
Preferably not live on air.
Yeah.
Let's whip it back.
That'd be bad.
So currently, I've got this up for test, which is the Dano Timmy pedal. I've got the K-Line Pure Sky, but modded by JSA, which is the current winner.
That Dano pedal looks a little bit like that John Mayer Octavia, doesn't it?
John Mayer.
Roger Mayer,
yeah. Go.
Yeah, Octavia doesn't really suit his style very much.
I always thought these enclosures looked really cool.
But the pedals horrible.
There are some really nice pedals in this line, I'll have you know. This is not one of them. This is the
Neither is the blues breaker in that range, man.
Or the
you need
governor
the blues
too.
breaker, though.
I've got
the blues breaker, really nice.
I might have
the original
thrown
blues
it
breaker
out.
is nice.
But
yeah, I mean that's better. Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's a completely different circuit in the blues breaker 2.
Did I
Yeah,
give?
it's more like it's more tube screamery.
Did I give one of them to one of you guys? I've got
What's that, sorry?
I've got a Governor 2 somewhere and I can't see it. Did I give it to either of you?
No, I've still got your Stone Deaf warp drive.
And my DD200.
Yes, I do. Yeah, not to be left out. Very kindly, boss, sending us that. Yes.
Yes. You will get a video on it.
Yep.
You will. Yes, you will.
Right.
Right. We've got a little bit of stuff to talk about. I think we're running out of time, aren't we? We're kind of like 20 past.
Yeah, we've got about 6 minutes over the hour.
Speed round.
I'll tell you what. We'll leave it. We'll because we've got like Tate Effects has released a pedal pretty recently.
Hot coals.
Indeed. So we'll give it the time that it deserves. And Mr. Xander, Mr. Alex from Xander Effects is releasing. Alex Xander, yeah, that's his full name. He's releasing quite a few product demos at the moment. There's quite a lot of ones based around the Junipero, but he's also done some really cool Junipero.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that's from?
No.
I don't know.
It's a Black Mirror episode. It's
is it?
Yeah. Do you ever watch Black Mirror? It's the one where all the older people were kind of going into VR, and before they died, they could have their brains uploaded to a time period that was in a town by the beach, and the town was called Junipero, and that's what the episode was called.
Wow. Okay, that totally makes sense now. It.
Yeah, I mean, he did a video on the multi-voice chorus recently, and I thought multi-voice is always going to sound batshit crazy because it's multi-voice. But he got some really, really quite subtle, lush tones out of that, and I absolutely love the tone control for your modulation because I've got a few chorus pedals. When you engage it, it just gets really bright, and it's like, oh, it's not quite.
That's kind of an artifact of a chorus, isn't it? It's what happens with a chorus.
Yeah. I mean, some pedals compensate for that for you.
I think it's to do with the phasing. I think it's something to. I think so because that's part of. Yeah, I don't make pedals. I don't claim to, but I've got a little bit of an understanding of them for obvious reasons. And I think it's something to do with the phasing and where it takes away some of the bottom end, and it gives that kind of apparent, by taking away the bottom end and some of the mids.
Yeah, it makes the top end more present. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because if you've got a phase switch on your guitar, it thins up your signal so much, and it sounds like it drops the volume as well because it's cancelling out so much of the original.
It's the psychoacoustic effect is the same as when you turn on a tremolo. You feel like you're losing that amplitude a little bit.
Yeah. And you're not.
Yeah, because your ear kind of averages the volume rather than choosing the peaks of the volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Sorry.
Hello.
I was just
Hello,
saying
Lee.
Hello.
I must have sounded absolutely mental, didn't I? I was just
Yeah,
saying
a
hello.
little
Someone said hello in the comments, and I answered by talking.
Christ.
You're a
I am
smart man.
so tired. I was recording in my studio until about 1 o'clock in the morning last night, and then our daughter decided to come up and sleep in our room and was kicking me in the arse all night. So I'm like so
Yeah,
tired.
zombified.
Yeah.
Right, let's wrap it then. Let's wrap it, boys.
Yeah.
So before we get onto the full wrap up, Patreon people who get the shout out because you're keeping this light on up here. So thank you. And for as little as $2 a month, if you go patreon.com/Fretzel, you can be one of those peeps. Those peeps are we've got Andrew Vincent, we've got Adam Yeomans, we've got Adam Yeomans of Chef Tone Effects, Doug Christ, we've got Joe Richardson of Think Joseph.
Not John Richardson, the
Hugh-
comedian.
No, not John Richardson. No.
That'd be
Sorry.
quite funny if it was. Yeah.
Being a comedian, it would be, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he can support us on Patreon if he wants to. We've got Hugh G. Rection and we've got Ben Fletcher, who was in the comments today.
So-
Fletcher Pickups. So thank you.
As was Andrew, he said, sorry, kids' bedtime has gone crazy the last few weeks, so we'll have to watch later. Have a good live stream, guys. Thank you, Andrew. So if you listened all the way to the end and heard your name shouted out,
What a
you'll
ledge.
also hear a little hello from us.
What a ledge. So if you want to catch us online, we are currently streaming in a lot of the places that you should be. Pedalboards of Doom. We're in the Fret Talk podcast group. We're on Instagram, are we? Are we cast into Instagram at the moment?
No,
Sometimes
we're not. I've not managed to work out how to get that running. It's dog shit. I
Foobar.
don't know why it's not working.
Yeah, fine.
Some sort of
We're also
RMTP
streaming to
problem.
the YouTube channel, aren't we?
We are.
The Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel.
We certainly are.
So yeah, loads of places to catch us. If you want to catch me online, as I've mentioned today, I'll do the No Talk or Tone series. I've got the Instagram, Facebook, so that's facebook.com/budgetpedalchap, instagram.com/budgetpedalchap, or youtube.com/budgetpedalchap. Feel free to throw me a like, throw me a sub, and just get commenting in the comment sections. I love to hear from you guys, so let me comment back. Lee, you do tons and tons of stuff with Pedalboards of Doom and Tonepedia.
We missed a little bit of news, breaking news on that today. We've literally a few hours ago released a new demo on Tonepedia of the Biton Fuzz from Anasounds.
Ooh.
Go and check it out because that thing is batshit crazy. It's two fuzzes stacked into each other. You can't separate them like you would on a King of Tone or something. It is just like here's two fuzzes on at the same time, and you've only got two controls on it. So go and try it out. It is off its trolley, but sounding great as well. Absolutely great. And as with all the Anasound stuff, it looks absolutely lovely with the wooden topper.
The demo was really good on Tonepedia as well. I really enjoyed that. You sent us a link just before this. Really good. Will, you are a Rocket Complex, so
yes.
Will Powell ARC?
Yes, ARC Will Powell on things. Rocket Complex is a band. We have singles out and music out, and we're actually releasing a new EP quite shortly. I think we're going to be doing it in the next month or so. So new music coming for us, 4 new tracks. And yeah, tomorrow I'm playing...
Mama, don't preach.
Yeah, I wish. Should learn that. I'm playing the Don't Stress Fest on Facebook and here on Pedalboards of Doom. So tune in between 6 and 7 and you can hear some lovely tones, we hope.
Yeah.
We hope. Yeah.
Should be good.
Also, TikTok is taking off for me at the moment still, which seems quite crazy.
You TikTok celebrity at the moment.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. 6,000 followers on there. For singing tips and videos about pedals and stuff. So yeah, check it out on there. Just search for a Rocket Complex.
I didn't hear singing tips. I heard something.
Sing it. What did you? Okay.
Have a guess. I was very momentarily confused and amused.
Musical memories, I think he heard.
TikTok.
Right,
that's what it's all about on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Music. Musical. Right, so it seems like a lovely place to end because we're just waffling now. Thank you for joining in and being in our stream today, or listening to the podcast. It's been
don't go
amazing. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Don't go.
Yeah, because we have the joke.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening back on the podcast, you will hear a joke in about 20 seconds. But before then, it will be a tatty bye. Good night from myself. Say bye, Lee.
Bye, Lee.
See you later. Ta-ra.
Love you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Guten Tag.
I've just remembered I'm the one who's supposed to be ending this. So I'm just sitting there going, bye. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Otherwise, we're just sat here like lemons.
Right. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Right. This is.
We're still live. We're still.